In this video, I want to clear up what I think is a very understandable misconception. And the misconception goes like this. Since the overuse of antibiotics can lead to the evolution of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, sometimes called superbugs, then the same thing must happen with vaccines. Meaning that some people are saying that overusing vaccines is causing new variants of a virus. And this, luckily, isn't the case. And in this video, I'm going to show you why these two situations are fundamentally different. So let's start with the case of antibiotic resistance. Now, I should say that there are many classes of antibiotics, and they all have different mechanisms of action. But in this video, I'm going to talk about a theoretical antibiotic that works by binding and inactivating a bacterial protein, causing that bacteria to die. Now, some antibiotics do in fact work this way, by binding crucial proteins or structures that are important for bacterial survival. Now, the way that you get resistance to this antibiotic is that when you use it, all of these susceptible bacteria that have this protein that's the target will die, but there will be some bacteria that have a mutation in this protein. This mutation will allow it to function properly, but it won't interact with the antibiotic. Now, a situation like this can happen with as few as one mutation in the target protein that essentially inactivates the antibiotic. And this is crucial to why it's different from the case of vaccines, which we'll look at now. When your body mounts an immune response to an antigen from either an infection or vaccination, it produces many different kinds of antibodies. If a pathogen mutates in a way that ends up inactivating some of these antibodies, let's say like this one, there are still many others around that are just as effective as they were before. You can think of each one of these antibodies as being its own sort of antibiotic in the other scenario. So you would have to inactivate many of these before you'd get the same effect. And this doesn't even mention the T-cell based immunity that you get from vaccination as well. So there are many layers of protection you get from vaccination. And hopefully this shows you why comparing these two situations isn't really apples to apples.